butter, salt, grease. Woo! Man, you want some deep fried stuff? Let's get some deep fried stuff. Come on, deep fried stuff.
Come on down here today and get it. Johnny Shree's Chicken Shack. Woo!
Today, guys, we're talking about eating out made easy. Going out to eat made easy. Anyway, we're talking about basically counting calories and balanced plating techniques. So when you're out, you can make some better, healthier options, right? This whole, like, when it comes to dieting, and this is like something I really want to emphasize, dieting. The goal isn't to get yourself so strict that you can no longer eat the things that you want to eat. That isn't the goal here. The goal isn't to restrict yourself or to basically avoid, you know, ever eating out again. And, you know, you can't eat your favorite foods. No more ice cream, no more pizza, no more my favorite pasta from whatever restaurant. That's not where we're supposed to go with this. What we're doing is we're trying to, what I'm doing, and what other, you know, hopefully other YouTubers out there are doing, creators like myself who have the knowledge in nutrition and fitness and whatnot. Our goal is to give you guys some skills to use so you can have healthier, you know, lifestyle, nutritional options, right? When it comes to training, I want to make sure that you're doing things that are efficient so you can get to your goals as efficient as possible without, you know, any, you know, with the preventing risk of injury. Basically, like, I'm giving you guys some skills to avoid some mistakes that I've made. And when it comes to nutrition as well too, it's the same thing. I don't want you to be able to not, I don't want you to not be able to eat again. Like, let me give you an understanding, guys. I still go out to eat for dinner. I still go to restaurants. I still eat, you know, my Oreos and ice cream. Not necessarily right now because I'm obviously prepping for a show, but when it comes to my everyday life, you know, outside of competing, I enjoy people are very surprised at what I actually eat. They're like, really? You don't eat that cereal? They'll make the comments like, you know, like, you can't come out to eat. You gotta eat you can only eat this instead. It's like, no, I can eat. And I do eat. So the point of this, guys, is to give you guys some good skills and some advice so that when you go out to eat, there's no issue. We're not gonna feel like, ah, man, I'm done. I have to now have a cheat meal. Like every time you go to eat doesn't mean you have to be your cheat meal, right? Let's just get that out the door. So this is why in earlier videos that I've done, I've emphasized counting calories. Again, we're not counting calories for the rest of our life. We're counting calories right now to get an idea of what portions look like. So you have more portion control. And then when you're at your desired weight or whatever it is, you know, you have the skills to be able to recognize that this meal or this food item or this, you know, whatever you pick is going to be a certain amount in terms of calories, right? And then obviously understand what you're doing with your training and your cardio. You now know how to pick certain foods or amounts that are conducive to your goals. Anyway, so that's why it's important that we understand, you know, counting calories. Now, the significance of counting calories is obviously for the obvious. It's to make sure that you know how much things cost. So like, but the amount, you know the amount. So it keeps you from, it gives more control over having a, you know, a healthy diet or maintaining a healthy body weight or, you know, keeping yourself within your means and your goals, right? So a couple things we want to do, super simple, like practical, easy tips when we're going out to eat. Research the menu. Like before, like don't just like, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have, you know, your go-to restaurants. Everyone has a favorite restaurant. I have my favorite restaurants. And go on your phone, your computer before you go to eat and just do a little research on the menu. Let's see what's on the menu. You know, let's look it up, cool. That way you can kind of plan what you want to eat. I'm pretty sure no one goes to, no, I'm pretty sure it goes like this. I feel like spaghetti today. And then it's like, where are we gonna get spaghetti if we're not gonna make it at home? Right? Where are we gonna get spaghetti from? I don't know, maybe you guys do. I want a steak. I want nachos. I want something you have an idea of what you wanna eat, and then it's like, where are we going to eat that food? So when it comes to you guys now, it's like, now here's what we do. Before we go to eat, now we know what we wanna eat. Now what we're gonna do? Well, we're gonna research the menu to see what, you know, the menus have. Now, in the States, there's a lot of menus that actually have, which is really dope. They have all of the, you know, the calories on it, so the estimated calories. Now, are those calories accurate? No, but at least gives you an idea so you can have some kind of gauge. So you go to, you check on the menu and you can see, you know, whether or not, you know, if they don't have the calories on there, you can just kind of search on your, whatever, MyFitnessPal, whatever calorie app that you have, you can look on there and be like, all right, cool. You know, I want sushi tonight. How much is 6 sushi rolls, or like how much is a roll of sushi gonna be? Spicy tuna. You look it up, it's like, oh, it's gonna be 500 calories for spicy tuna. I don't know, whatever, right? At least you have an idea, and you know what's actually in it, right? Then you're looking for on the menu, you're looking for, you know, different sizes as well too. Are there options? Do they have options for certain sizes for certain things that you want, right? Look at that. Look at healthier options. Look for like keywords like grilling, steaming, baking, right? Stuff like that. If we're like frying, you know, deep frying stuff or whatever, you don't want that, right? You know, look on the menu and see if you can request, like, when you get to the restaurant, but like look and see if you can think about it ahead of time. If I get a salad, why don't I get the dressing on the side? That way you can put as much dressing as you want on. Or you can actually control how much of the dressing is on your food or not, right? Little things like that. Do a little research before you go out. And then when you know, obviously, you know, you guys know how many calories you're eating, or say you're dieting right now or whatever. And you're tracking calories and you know that you're only allowed to have 3,000 calories in the day. I'm just saying a number, 3,000 calories. And you've already eaten 2,000 calories and you got 1,000 calories left. Research a menu, see what you can get, and go for it, right? Now again, don't also plan to go out and eat and then throughout the day starve yourself. And that seems like a good idea, and you know, I've given some advice to, like, you know, maybe cancel out a couple meals so you can have a meal at the end, but don't, you know, not eat anything. Because what happens is that your hunger cues are off, and then while you're really hungry, you know, all logic starts going out the window, and you're just like hungry now. You're like, yeah, I can't wait to get that one meal, and then we're gonna get, you know, an appetizer and some desserts, not just dessert, and desserts, and then after on the way home we get something else because your hunger cues are messed up. So let's make sure we are you know, we're still well fed throughout the day. This is something we're adding on to our day, not sacrificing the entire day just so you can eat at night, and that's where we get into issues. Now, when we're looking at like balanced plate eating, I said this before, like some balanced plate eating techniques. They're very simple. You guys probably seen back in the day a picture or you know, a graph, or at least a diagram or a visual of some sort of a plate. I'm gonna get my editor to put it right here. You got a plate, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that the protein and the carbs in terms of greens take up majority of the plate. And then like your grains, they take up a little part of your plate, and then your oils or whatever, your nuts, whatever, take up even smaller part of your plate. Because obviously those things would cost a little bit more in terms of calories, right? Now, a couple things you can do too when you're at home or even when you're at dinner, a couple things you can do is you can look at your hand, right? There's a little rule we can do. So your protein and veggies, you know, your protein the size of your hand. If you're super hungry, then you have a protein the size of your palm. If you're super hungry, you have a protein the size of your entire hand. For me, it's a big ass piece of steak, right? Looking like a nice little medallion steak here. I'm looking at like maybe like a 10-ounce steak here, right? Then when it comes to like greens, you know, greens you pick up with your hand, right? Basically, that's how we're doing it, right? The greens are gonna fit in your entire hand. Look at this, a salad. You know, your broccoli, your whatever. I like broccoli. I like salads. I like cauliflower. Yes, you know what I mean?
You said the word cauliflower.
We'll talk about that video later on in terms of like your food being boring. It's probably because you can't cook. It has nothing to do with the food sucking. You gotta be able to use some seasoning. Either way, looking at our greens is that much, and we're looking at like our grains. You know, your rices, your potatoes, you know, not grains, but you know, those types of carbs. You know, your potatoes and your grains and your pastas, you look at like the size of this. And then like your oils are gonna be like your thumb, like a tablespoon, right? You kind of do that to have a little visual that when you're out to eat, you kind of want your plate to look something like that, right? Super easy concepts to use while you're going to eat. Now, when you're going out to eat and you're looking to, you know, make sure your plate's pretty much balanced, aim for a variety of different types of like, you know, colorful veggies and fruits. You know, include some like good lean proteins. Like when you're going to eat, you're gonna have a steak, have a lean steak, have a lean piece of chicken, have some nice fish, you know, whatever tofu, whatever you know floats your boat. And then like make sure you're getting like some good whole grains, maybe some like brown rice, some quinoa, more of like fibrous carbs, fibrous cruciferous veggies and whatnot. You know, those type things are gonna help with digestion and help them burn some calories while you're actually eating. Then like looking for some like healthier fats while you're out to eat, you know what I mean? Some avocados, olive oil, stuff like that, right? we can plan things ahead of time to have success before we even get to the restaurant. It's the same idea when it comes to like grocery shopping. Don't grocery shop starving, and don't go to the groceries, don't go to restaurants starving either. I shouldn't say starving, but like, don't go when you're absolutely, I've been waiting all day to eat, I can't wait. Because trust me, at that point, that's when a lot of people make mistakes. They wait all day to eat, and they're like, I get to eat today, I'm gonna have a restaurant, I'm gonna eat off meal, I'm gonna eat off plan, and I'm gonna save up all of my food for my meal I want at nighttime. And if you think about it, if you eat properly throughout the day, not say properly in terms of like, if you eat your proper diet throughout the day, you're eating your regular meals, and you save, say, the last two. If you go over a little bit that day, it doesn't matter. If you're on, let me give you an example, guys. If you're eating 3,000 calories a day, I'm just saying 3,000 calories. This is make it easier because it's more relatable. You're eating 2,000 calories a day, and you're maybe in a cut or maybe in a surplus, and your cut, you know, you're leading out and you're losing, you know, 1 to 2 pounds a week, right? And say you're on a, you know, you're in a surplus trying to put on muscle, and your body weight's going up maybe 5-ish pounds in the month, right? And that 2,000 calories is making that happen. That's very, very reasonable, and that's very maintainable. You eat 2,000 calories a day, and one day you eat 3,000 calories. It doesn't cancel out every other day you're eating 2,000 calories. Understand that calories work in like an accumulative way. It's like if you eat, you know, 2,000 calories, 2,000 calories, 2,000 calories, 2,000 calories, you're averaging 2,000 calories a day, whatever. If all of a sudden you eat, one day you eat 4,000 calories, you're not going to all of a sudden put on a pound of fat, right? You will definitely weigh a little more in terms of like, you know, more carbs, or if say you're eating a little more carbs in that day, more water retention. Yeah, for sure. You'll go up in weight for a day and then you'll go right back down. So don't starve yourself throughout the day and then save it all to eat in a restaurant at night, because that's when all heck breaks loose. Like, logic is out the door. You get in the restaurant, you're like, whoo, I'm hungry. Then you gotta wait and you're sitting there like, dude, hey, I'm talking from experience. I'm talking with experience here. Like, I've done that before. I'm waiting all day. I'm like, I'm gonna eat. And at nighttime, I get to the restaurant, then I'm sitting there and I'm like, dang, we just got here, and they just took our menu, and she only came here to give us a water, and she already left. Shoot, I should have had something to eat. She comes back. I ordered a Diet Coke, but I should have ordered an appetizer. I was gonna come here for one meal. Screw it. She comes back. Can I get an appetizer? I'll get some calamari, and then I'll get like, you know, and then you know what? I'm ready to order. Can I get also a main? And then I'm like, add a dessert on top of that. And what turns out what's planned to be a meal turns into be 3. Guys, dinner isn't appetizer, the actual meal, and then dessert. Those are 3 meals. those are 3 meals, right? If you look at it, 3 meals on average, if you're at a restaurant, is going to be around 400 calories minimum. If you get a appetizer that's not, you know, greens, that's around 400 calories easy. If you get like, you know, if you stick to some basic stuff, you get like potatoes and steak, that steak and potatoes, how it's baked, how it's cooked, they're probably minimum 400, let's just say 400 calories. Regardless, let's just say 400 calories. You eat 3 things, appetizer, main, and dessert. And if you're at somewhere like, I don't know, if you're at somewhere like, you know, Cheesecake Factory, and they bring out that delicious ass brown bread that's just so sweet, that I don't know what that bread is, but it's someone just mixed brown and sugar and put in a basket and said, have your way with it. And they basically just put me in the basket and was like, eat this.
I'm not gonna judge your journey. It is your fantasy.
But seriously though, that's 1,200 calories. That's a potential 1,200 calories in one sitting. What could be maybe 600, 700 calories turns into be over 1,000 calories. And if you're a woman, you're eating way over. And if you're a male, you can easily eat over as well too, right? So make sure that you are still well fed throughout the day, because that's going to keep your hunger in control, so you have more self-control and better hunger cues, that when you go to eat and you're actually full, your body says, hey man, it's leptin over here. Yeah man, we full. All right, cool, perfect. And it's not like you've eaten your meal and Grellin's like, hey man, remember we didn't eat all day long? I'm still at the party and I want dessert. And we also didn't get that bread, so why don't we get the bread out there while waiting for dessert? And at the same time, you know, I'm looking at them chicken wings, and you know, I can get one of that chicken wings. So bring chicken wings over as well too. That's what happens. Happened to me, definitely happened to you guys. So make sure we are well fed. Okay, now when it comes to being at the restaurant, again, this can all be done before the restaurant. You can research everything you want. This is 2023. Everything is at our fingertips. You are probably watching me right now on your phone. And if you got whatever phone you have, you can literally probably minimize my screen and look up a restaurant you want to do while I'm talking right now and literally figure it out before we even get to the restaurant. You can have the successes already done before you even go. So while we're doing all this right now, we're gonna get into like actually making smarter meal choices when you get there. For me, example, when I go to a restaurant, especially like say like I'm dieting for a show like I am right now, or you know, when I go to a restaurant, I go and I like to get, I kind of like eating the food I'm already eating, but someone else is making it, right? I enjoy making steaks on my own. I really do. I don't like, I barely get steaks when I go to restaurants because I'm like, yo, mess my steak up, I'm gonna be pissed. And I don't really agree with the price sometimes because I'm like, look, you're gonna bring me out a steak that's not gonna be cooked the way I want it to be cooked. I cook a way better steak and I cook an even bigger steak and pay way less money. Maybe. Groceries have been expensive. It's almost cheaper to go to the restaurant than to buy groceries now. Almost. Anyway, so let's look at proper, healthier options when you're at the restaurant. F it before, right? Remember, again, we're gonna go back to those key words like grilled, baked, steamed, roasted. Those are the ones you want. Remember that, right? When you go to and that's, I think that's like the voice I hear when something good is, you know, it's like, you want a grilled steak, baked potato. You want steamed veggies, you want the roasted chicken.
Come join us at Jolly Johnny's. It's so good.
That's what I hear. Right? And the other one I hear is like, hey, you want some, hey, man, you want some deep fried stuff? Let's get some deep fried stuff. Come on, deep fried stuff.
Come on down here today and get it. Jonas Reed's Chicken Shack. Woo!
That's what I hear. I don't know. Whatever. But look at keywords. Those are your keywords when you are looking on your menu or at a restaurant. Grilled, baked, steamed, roasted. That's how you want it done. You know, again, opt for salads that are like, you know, instead of like, hey, do you want the steak with the French fries? You're like, nah, man, I'm gonna get a delicious salad instead. And then when you get the delicious salad, you're gonna ask for the dressing to be on the side, right? Especially if you're looking for like a Caesar salad. Now, I know you guys don't want to be going to the restaurant and toss your own salads. Damn, we can't say anything these days without sounding messed up. You don't want to be at the restaurant mixing your salad. You know, sitting there like, you know, doing you could do this shit at home. But at least, you know, have the option to think about, all right, let's put it on this side. You know, because you don't know how much dressing they're gonna put on, or you can just ask for it. Literally. Here's a little like a trick, and I'm gonna bring Greg in this video, literally. Greg is the champ. And I learned a little bit of that from him as well too. But it's like literally like if you're going somewhere, if you're going to a restaurant, you're paying for a service. You are paying. You can literally say, hey, excuse me, can I get X baked? And when my salad, can I get a minimal dressing on my salad? You know what I mean? You can ask for certain things. You ask and you shall receive. You can go to a sushi restaurant and be like, hey man, can I not have the tempura bits inside? You know, even if it's like, you know, your favorite, like my own favorite roll is like a spicy tuna and has avocado in it, right? And some places make spicy tunas with avocado and tempura. I can be like, hey, can you just hold off the tempura? Easily do that. You can request those certain things, right? Think about like, you know, broth-based soups. And again, look, when we're looking at like, you know, you go to a restaurant, you really want to like indulge and have fun. Yeah, I get it. You know, you might want to have your favorite creamy, delicious vegetable soup, you know. But if we're looking at the best option, now again, put it this way: if we're there for the whole 9 yards, you're trying to get like a soup and salad. I'm super salad. Soup. I used to think they were saying you want a super salad. I'm like, damn, that must be one spectacular salad. They call it super. Dead serious. Anyway, let's just say you want to have a soup, and say you want to have a main, right? Let's just make sure that your soup isn't a rich and creamy one. Maybe more brothy soup. And then you have it with your delicious, you know, steak or chicken or whatever else, right? Just gotta be mindful that when they're cooking certain things that they're gonna be, look, restaurants are made for things to taste spectacular, right? So when you go to a restaurant, the reason why things taste spectacular is because they got some dude in the back that's went to school on how to make sure taste buds are dancing around. So he's not sitting back and being like, all right, man, let's get this nice low calorie protein option here. It's like, nah, they're like butter, salt, grease. Woo! And
And you're like, God damn, that tastes delicious.
that's how they're supposed to do it. So just, again, you can request certain things. You can ask to lighten some things up, to hold off on the X, or, you know, I don't need a lot of that, you know, think of that. And then, like, obviously when it comes to drinks, super simple when it comes to drinks, guys. Especially when they're bringing them back to back to back to back. Yes, opt for the diet. Opt for the diet, okay? Enough with the whole, like, but that has aspartame in it, Johnny. Oh, this got the bad stuff in it. Oh my God, bleh. Look, if any of you guys who are like, I'm not gonna drink that because it got aspartame in it, then y'all better be put on sunscreen when you leave the house all the time. You better not drink alcohol. You better not be smoking anything. Like, you better have your seatbelt on every single time you're in the car. You better look both ways every single time you try. Like, there's other things in the world that will kill you before aspartame, right? So save yourself the trouble and enjoy a nice diet beverage so you don't add on more calories. If they bring in regular soft drinks back to back to back, you're drinking 1,000 calories. You're literally drinking 1,000 calories. So opt for the diet drink. There you have it, right? Let's just start from the beginning. Before we go out to eat, you know, we're gonna plan it, because again, you're planning. I know people don't spur the moment decide when they want to go out to eat, but even if they do spur the moment when they go to eat, guess what you do? You just research where you're going, check the menu, see how much food's gonna be so you can have an idea of what you want and how much things are gonna cost in terms of calories, right? Don't starve yourself throughout the day so when you get to the restaurant, you have no self-control at all. When you get to the restaurant, after you've already done your researching and whatnot, you know how much things cost in terms of calories, you're making the best option because you're already prepared to do that. And then while you're doing that, you're looking for those things like baked and roasted and steamed, those type of words, and grilled. You want those words, you know what I mean? You want to, you know, ask for things like chilling out on, you know, the cream sauces. Can I have my dressing on the side? Can I get a diet Pepsi, Coke, Sprite, root beer? I don't know. I gotta give love to everybody, right? Those are your options. Or just get a water, whatever, right? There you have it. Those are some easy things to do that can keep you from falling off the bandwagon. And when it comes down to it in the end, I want to touch on something very, very important with this. If you're eating 2,000 calories and you're consistent on your shit, you are on your game, and you go to a restaurant and the food comes to be around 1,500 calories, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Eat a couple meals less than that day, like whatever your meal was going to be, whatever your last 2 meals were going to be, they're now your dinner. And if you're over 500, 600 calories, it's fine. Don't sweat it. Enjoy the meal, own the meal, use them extra calories and extra energy the next day to have a great workout, to fuel yourself, have a great sleep, and enjoy it. Don't guilt trip your way into a eating fest, and don't shame yourself into not enjoying your life. There you got it, guys. There's your trick on how to go out to eat and enjoy life. And remember, guys, the key trick to this entire thing is to make sure you're consistent throughout the week. So remember that. Before you decide to even go out to eat, just make sure we're consistent. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video and this has helped and you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comment section below and I will deliver. Also, guys, remember, grab my PPL ebook. My nutrition book is coming out next week. Everything I'm talking about in this video is literally in that book. It is an unbelievable guide for you guys to understand, have a better grasp and understanding of nutrition. It's filled with great personal anecdotes, experiences, and great knowledge for you guys to really get things under control, creating some better overall behavioral changes and just having overall control with your nutrition. Anyway, guys, until next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.